Proximity goal.
I love it. I'm not going to ask Sam because I know the answer is no. Luds, have you seen Bull Durham?
Yes.
Great. I knew you would because that's your era. Sam, have you seen Bull Durham?
No.
Of course he hasn't. You remember in Bull Durham when they have the pitching coach comes out, Robert Wohl, he's hysterical. And Kevin Costner's out there and Tim Robbins and the whole infield. And they're having a meeting on the mound and everybody's got something. Somebody's got a hex on a glove and this is that and this. We're dealing with a lot of S. Well, we're dealing with a lot of S, but we're still here, and pregame is right now.
And we're matching.
This is the DLLS Stars Pregame Show. You should see behind the curtains because we are all over the place and focus is not part of the show today. But thank you for joining us, Stars and the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Craig Ludwig, Sam Nestler, Owen Newkirk, a.k.a. Proximity Sam. Ryan Vodder's our producer, and Sean Shapiro will be joining us for the post-game show tonight. So let's get into it. It has been quite a day for us and surely for the Dallas Stars. Sam, we have some relatively breaking lineup news, although it doesn't change a whole lot for tonight.
Yes. Adam Ernie placed on IR retroactive to 2 nights ago when he was injured, lower body injury. As we know, that he's out for probably a couple weeks, if not more than that. So assuming that was
me.
Assuming
Assuming
the move is to make some space for this upcoming West Coast Western Canadian road trip, to have some insurance and some extra players, because right now, once again, they're thin.
Hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to check out the new Face-Off collection that I blew right past because I was so excited to talk to you guys after dealing with what can only be said was nightmarish traffic at DFW this afternoon at the airport. Go figure. Luds is telling me I should learn, but this was nuts. Anyway, those T-shirts available on sale now. Go to alldls.com. Get them. If you wear one of them to our event next month, Luds will buy you a beer or 3 or 5. I don't even know. He never put a cap on it, so take advantage of it. So Adam Ernie goes on IR. It's only going to affect the next little bit. It doesn't really do anything for today, Sam, because nobody is coming off of LTIR that needs to, for today's game, that needs a lineup spot, a roster spot.
Yep.
But as I haven't even looked at it yet, I saw Robert Tiffin tweeted this out. Stars have about $816K in cap space. That basically gives them the roster spot, not the cap space, because IR does nothing for salary cap space. But it would give them an opportunity to call somebody up if they needed to, because they have a 4-game road trip coming up.
Yep, and they are not the team to run with the minimum number of players, because as of right now, it seems like every night someone's going down. That's enough space for anyone, not even anyone on the minimum. I think a lot of their guys, like I think Uru, I think he's injured now, but there's a couple guys that are just above that or somewhere in the 800.
Which might be too much. The 750 guys are the ones.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be someone who's on the minimum or 775.
Yeah.
Just to have a little backup, because right now, so they had the extra defenseman because Capobianco, Harley is expected to play. So it might most likely be a forward, because right now they're running on the absolute minimum and doing the least they can, right? Colin Blackwell is just going to switch sides and Bastian comes in. They're going as basic as possible.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup as we expect. The forward group, as Sam just laid out for you. Ernie out, Bastian in. Blackwell moves to his left. The top 3 lines stay the same. We'll get into a little bit more of that in a moment. Luds, from an Adam Ernie perspective, I know he's not a top 6 guy on this team, but a couple of goals, plays the right way, plays hard. He's been a positive contributor in the first 17 games of the season.
Yeah, big body, does all the right things, I think, for a bottom 6 guy, goes to the front of the net, uses his size, gets pucks up to the net. You know what they do is they allow guys like 53, 96, 21, 24, 91 to get a rest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it sounds rude saying that, but it's nice to have those kind of guys that you can put out there with confidence that you know that's not going to hurt you especially in your own zone. They're not a liability in their end. And I mean, again, that's really what a lot of bottom six guys are. Yeah, you'd like to see them put up some numbers, and they do, but you know, it's no different than a number 5, 6, 7 defenseman. I mean, you go out there, you get your job done, you try not to make any big mistakes, you try not to, leave the ice with the puck going in your own net. If you're out there for a goal 4 or you get a point or 2, I mean, it's a bonus.
How much, total random thoughts, so surprising, but how much has it changed from not even the old days, but 10, 15 years ago in terms of matching up? I feel like every coach I talk to now is like, we're not really as concerned about matching up. We want to play our game. Is it not really a thing anymore to have your third checking line against their top line?
I think there's an idea that you want to, but I don't think it's as big as it used to be. It used to be where these 5 guys, this centerman's going against this guy, this pair is going against that line, and it was hardcore. And as well, I can speak for defensemen. When the matchups weren't out there when you were there, who you're supposed to be against, you're getting off. Now guys just run with it. You know what I mean? So I just think the game has changed so much. And, I mean, you can find guys that can go out there, and there's enough guys that are good enough and skilled enough that can handle the puck. And, and again, do they still want the matchup? Yes. But it's not the urgency isn't there.
Yeah, they're not screaming off the ice because the guy jumps over the boards.
Even though Dallas still finds a way lately of making some poor changes.
They do. But, there's some teams that will do, I know Edmonton does it really well. They'll do an offensive zone faceoff with like a third line, and if they win the faceoff, they bail. And McDavid comes out, Draisaitl comes out, and all of a sudden your fourth line is matched up against them. So you still see it, but I was just curious if you had noticed that trend, because it used to be, Radek Foxes going out against their top line no matter what. And now it doesn't seem to feel like that as much.
I've always felt, and we had Carbo obviously on our team, Guy Carbonneau, and when it was a top centerman, Carbo would always be up against that guy. But for the rest of the group, there were matchups, but it was more about. It seemed like it was more about the D pairs. The D pairs were going to make sure that you got against the top offensive line, and it wasn't strength on strength. So where now you see Miro and say whether it's Essa, when it was Thomas, for instance, when it was Harley, that was like goal against goal. The concept was before we shut that line down. They don't get a point. They don't get a goal tonight, or maybe they get one goal only. We have confidence that now we get Modano's line out there, and then he doesn't have to play against Forsberg, for instance, in Colorado. And then it changed. Then that even started to change, where it was like, Mo, we want you to play against Forsberg. Yep. You can handle. The longer you have the puck, the less Forsberg has it. So,
and I think part of that, and not to basically repeat what you're saying is, and Gully's talking about this reasoning of why he wants Miro and Harley killing penalties more, is if you constantly play your third line grind or checking line against the other team's top line, they then kind of have control over when you play your best guys. Because if they say, well, we're going to send this line out because we're going to get the Foxa line out, that means they're almost actively keeping your top scoring lines off the ice, because now you're reacting instead of dictating what happens. And Gully's basically saying, no. We can't have a player as good as Miro sitting for that long in a game. He has to be part of things.
Yeah, I would, if I was sitting in a room with Gully, I would go, okay, well, here's my case. Is I think the minute and a half, and let's say there's four penalties that you have to kill in a game. Yep. So that's another 4 to 6 minutes that Miro's going to spend time there, when I'd rather have Miro spending time moving the puck up the ice and not getting it. Not that he gets in a lot of shot lanes the way it is.
He doesn't, no.
But I don't want him getting hit with some of them bombs that are coming in.
I completely agree, and I think it's good to have penalty kill guys, power play guys, so you have maybe more of those extra specialties spread out.
Well, you manage your minutes a little bit better for everybody.
But if you end up stacking 2 or 3 penalties in a row, which you shouldn't, but let's say you take a couple penalties in the same period, now your big guy isn't on the ice for an extended period.
And really, in Dallas's case, you're only looking at a couple guys, because Essa stays out there the whole 2 minutes.
The whole time.
So you're really only looking at, what, Miro and Lyubushkin? I mean, who else is getting out there? I mean,
Harley.
I don't see him out there much, but I think he should be out there. I mean, but
he was early on.
But again, right now, Thomas just needs to get the 5-on-5 game going.
Let me ask you this, Luds, because Sam, we talked about this yesterday. reiterate our conversation about Harley from what we heard from Gully yesterday, because Lutz wasn't here, to Craig so that he can then find out about Harley.
Oh, on being
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if Gullison said that Harley is nicked up. One of a few guys nicked up. Are you surprised by that? Because we've talked about the way he's played, and you've noticed that he's been a little off here.
Well, I'm wondering what's nicked. I mean, is it a lower body or upper body? And if it's upper body, I'm hoping it's from the neck up, because it's some of the thinking, the decisions that he's making. But sometimes having an injury that's a nagging injury and something that could be a skating injury because he uses his speed and his hands, and if it's, I don't know. If you're playing, you're playing,
right?
You know what I mean?
And he's playing.
But he's playing tonight. But every night we go, he doesn't look like the Thomas Harley we know.
He's still getting 20-plus minutes a night.
Yeah.
So you're not nicked up that much. Because, again, if you're nicked up enough that it's a liability, they wouldn't have you in the lineup.
Right.
They want to win, and they want to keep pace with everybody else. So, I don't know. Listen, sometimes coaches will, instead of a player having to make up an excuse, sometimes they'll
give him one.
Hey, stay off him a little bit.
Yeah.
He's dinged up a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of guys are dinged up.
Yeah, he's warming up right now, so he's expected to play. And I just saw, I think Robert posted it. The hometown boys, Maverick Bork and Justin Ritzkovian, no buckets for their hometown games.
Well, this is a big game for them. They're Montreal natives or suburban Montreal. Luds, because you played there for so long, you won a Stanley Cup there. But for kids that are from there,
yeah, it's big.
Even more so than any, Razor talks about feeling it from a broadcast perspective. On that, if you haven't been to Bell Center, the broadcast gondola hangs out over the upper level. It's a wonderful place to call a game. He said you can feel it radiating through the crowd during games. That's just a broadcaster. But for a Montreal native to go out there and play, home team or road team, has to be extra special.
So I don't know all of the, and Ryan, you can chirp in here. You probably do. I don't know all the top football teams, high school football teams. South Lake was always big when I was around. South Lake and McKinney. I don't know who the 5A teams are, but to me, that's like some kid that got drafted by Cincinnati and he's coming back to play here at Cowboy Stadium. That would be what it is like Montreal. And it's the reason I sent a message to Charles Haley, a while ago about being a Dallas Cowboy and playing here is, and again, I'm not going to say what he said, but the bottom line is when a French player goes back and plays there, and back when I played, there was Quebec City and Montreal. I mean, they were rattled for 2 days before they played, but rattled in a good way
because they were excited.
They were already thinking about the game in Quebec, wherever it was, and we could have had 1 or 2 games against Boston, which is a big one for us, but they were already thinking back to. I mean, not that it affected them that much. But you knew they were talking about it because, again, the reporters are the one that talking about it. So when Maverick comes into Montreal,
family members come in.
Well, but I guarantee, the press were right to him.
Yeah,
Renault was all over him probably. You know what I'm saying? That's their big stuff there. And again, I believe it. It's what they are born to do.
It's interesting because you mentioned that because when I've been on the road, whether it's in Colorado or Carolina, any random city, I'd say probably 50% of the time there's some random French reporter that I don't even know is there until like the very last question to Pete DeBoer. Huge French accent, and they always ask about Maverick Bork. So that's their guy. I mean, there's not a million
he was
of
asked,
them, right?
Literally in Ottawa the other day by people, hey, how do you feel about, I clipped it, we just didn't have enough time for that pregame to play it, was how do you feel about Maverick Bork season? Even Montreal adjacent, I know Ottawa is a bilingual city and Gatineau's right across the river, but still,
well, it's the capital, but I mean,
Maverick
that reporter is probably writing an article in the Journal.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So they're in that publication, which is, well, papers aren't papers anymore. So I would say, I don't know what I would say. But I mean, it's the biggest paper on the planet as far as Montreal and hockey is concerned.
Well, we're going to hear from Martin St. Louis in English. He did, of course, bilingual press conference this morning. We're going to hear from Glenn Gulletson, Jake Ottinger, and Jason Robertson on the other half of this pregame show, Stars and Les Habitants, here on the DLLS Stars Pregame Show.
Big brothers, big sisters, Flag Football Day. Were you going to jump in front of me there?
No, I just love it.
Big brothers, big sisters, invite you to
Sam.
step onto the field and into a mentorship role at our Big for a Day Flag Football event. This Saturday, November 15th at Irving High School football field from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Join us for a day of fun, football, and connection as we pair adult men with one of the 400-plus little brothers currently waiting for a mentor. You'll team up for a friendly flag football game, enjoy lunch together, and learn the fundamentals of football, all while making a lasting impact. No long-term commitment required, just one day to show up, play, and inspire. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just love the game, this is your chance to be a role model and make a difference. Sign up today. Check the link out in the description, right up there on the screen, your screen, and be the reason a little brother smiles.
It's one thing to support long-term growth. It's another to go out and celebrate it. Thanks to all the amazing Dallas Stars fans who embrace long-term growth in all its feathered glory. Our Main Street pop-up branch event was the ultimate celebration of PNC's reliable, responsible approach to long-term financial planning, told through the lens of another amazing long-term investment, Epic Hockey Hair. At the Main Street branch, fans had the chance to pick up their own Dallas Stars hockey hair hat. Limited edition Stars hat with epic hockey hair coming out the back. It was a reminder of the best things, whether it's legendary flow or a strong financial plan, come to those who are patient and committed to the long run. Was that pretty good?
You know the problem about doing a bit that nobody else knows about?
Just you.
He's not listening.
That's okay.
It's for me.
It was pretty good, though.
I'm laughing.
It was pretty good.
Don't forget the last part.
Yeah, I had to say it. It wasn't enough time to do. There's not enough copy for me to say it, so now I'm just going to say it now. PNC Bank, an official partner of the Dallas Stars.
Well, we have more because...
Is that good?
You were great.
That sounded like you.
It's time for us
That's not
to
good.
do
I was being you.
PNC Bank Mullet Report. Here's our pick for our favorite hockey hair from around the NHL.
I don't know.
And today it's
Who's that guy?
Ziggy Palfy. Great mullet, well manicured. You have to say, like Cody Eakins.
What's a team picture?
What's that, an Islanders?
I mean, they're getting it quaffed
that
up.
one looks
Yeah.
well styled, Luds, as opposed to the Eakin one the other day where I went gross.
Ziggy, is that an 80s or is that a 90s? He
That
had to
looks
be
like
late
fairly
80s.
young.
That looks like
in
an
this one.
that looks like an Isles.
But this
80s
picture,
picture,
I'm
though.
guessing, was from the mid to late 80s.
Doesn't that look like the fisherman?
Well, when
colors?
did Ziggy Palfy?
Yeah, the
Shouldn't you guys be
Islanders did
buzzing
not
through
have
some-
that light blue on their jersey for very long in the 90s, though.
Wasn't that the was that the?
Oh,
fishing-
really?
So it had to be early 90s.
90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
okay.
the fisherman one that they actually have now again, I think.
That was early to mid 90s, I think, when they wore that, actually.
There you go.
Right? Well, anyway,
known, Ryan.
we
That was-
appreciate the
that's when I was born.
Slovakian being our mullet hair of the day, brought to you
Do
by
they get anything? Do we give them anything?
PNC Bank.
Ooh.
At
The
the
people
Main
were
Street
using-
branch,
No.
fans had the chance to pick up their own
Should be
Dallas
sending them
Stars
some
hockey hair
Mando.
hat,
Let's send them
limited
some Mando
edition Stars
products.
hat with a gorgeous mane of hockey hair coming out the back. It was a reminder that the best things, whether it's a legendary flow or a strong financial plan, come to those who are patient and committed for the long run. PNC Bank, an official partner of the Dallas Stars.
I mean, why wouldn't we send them Mando? Like, their gonads got to stink yet, too, right? I mean, we should be sending them. We're using their likeness, right? Are we on?
Move on.
No,
All right.
balls, butt cracks, and grundles. There you go.
Stars with their first win in Ottawa in a long time since 2016. They had lost 8 straight games at Ottawa. Guys, I need you to listen to this. This is for your benefit as well as our viewers. Glenn Gulson was on the ticket yesterday. This is an audio clip of what Gully said when he found out about the losing streak in Ottawa. This is what he told the Hardline with Bob, Corby, and Dave yesterday.
Just the night before. They told me. I didn't even look at that. So I went on Amazon and I tried to order the Joe Boo doll from Major League just to break curses, but I couldn't get it up here in time. So I thought I'd get a shot of rum and put Joe Boo in a stall and break the curse. But I heard about it the night before. I just told the guys, hey, whatever you've done out here before, just do the opposite and let's get ready to play. So, we just prepared. We knew what Ottawa was going to come. We knew they were going to come hard early. We quite didn't match their response, but, like I said, we've just talked about at length here, just sticking with it.
He also told, I think, the post-game presser that he told Esa Lindell, whatever you did the last time, just do the opposite.
I was going to say, I thought we heard this stuff before.
We heard something, but not the Joe Boo part. So he didn't
I
get
heard
it.
the Joe Boo before that just now. Wherever
Really?
I heard it. When did that come out?
That
Last
was
night?
That was on the
Yes,
ticket
yesterday.
yesterday afternoon.
Maybe I heard it last night.
Yeah.
Well,
Either
I could
way,
have been.
I
I
thought
didn't
it
have
was
any
pretty
power
funny.
in the
Who's
vehicle.
Joe Boo?
How could I hear it? I didn't have a radio
Really?
working.
I'm waiting for the day when you guys are not surprised anymore that I don't know baseball
Have you not
movies.
seen the movie Major League?
No. I've
It's
seen
from
one
the-
baseball movie, Rookie of the Year.
Oh.
It's
How
fantastic.
about Field of Dreams?
No.
We could list a ton of baseball movies.
Oh, I saw that one with the pitcher that retires.
You're talking about the rookie?
Yeah, I saw that. That was a bad movie.
If there's a baseball movie with the word rookie in it, you've seen it.
That was
Otherwise,
a bad movie.
not.
Wasn't as funny as Rookie of the Year.
I like the Joe Boo. Let's put a little thing of rum in a stall just to break up the minutia lads of an 82 game season.
And didn't he have a doobie lit in there too?
I think it was like a little cigar or something, but same idea.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Well,
he just rolled them big.
After the game, I have 2 ones for you. Ryan, let's do the Robo number 3 video first because it's very short. He was asked about Jason Robertson had a 9-game goal drought. He broke it against the Ottawa Senators. Big goal on the power play. And he was asked about it plus a follow-up. Very short, but you could tell it mattered.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was relieved, but I mean, at the same time, it was a big goal in the game. They were coming back, so I think it was just a build-up of excitement, and got it done.
Do you feel it coming? Because it looks like you wanted the shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just wanted to shoot as much as I could. I don't know. I just kept firing. I mean, that feels good.
So I know he tried to downplay it there, but we all saw the celebration. Yeah. That meant a lot to Jason Robertson.
Well, yeah, but I would even say that even like a week ago when there was a couple of these things that you used, he looked like somebody ran his dog over.
Yeah,
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you could tell it was wearing on him. So I think he's trying to fight it there and be a little serious if he can.
I think he's trying, but I think this is going to be a huge
Well, for goal
for
scorers that are in the middle of getting or writing or hoping to get that new ticket, and we're talking about what's coming up in February.
Yep.
This is I would believe, I would think that most of this offseason was dialed into a contract, the Olympics, Stanley, you know what I mean?
He's aware of all the things at stake.
Yeah. And one kind of his play leads into all of those things.
It will take care of itself, as Jim Nill likes to say. Well, Jake Ottinger let in 2 early goals. We really didn't like the first one, and he addressed it after the game against the Sens the other night.
Yeah, I just try. I mean, obviously not ideal, but I just try to tell myself to just, keep it at 2, and we have so much firepower. I feel like we get 2 every night for the most part, so just keep it at 2 or under, and obviously want to have a better start than that, though.
And bye.
That's the part I think that's really important. Look, not a good start for Jake, but if he's able to say, all right, you got 2, that's it, and lock him down, which he did. And I don't know if you caught any of the show yesterday. You were dealing with a whole mess of card trouble.
I had no power.
Sean said Jake was really, really good. He agreed with our take, which after the start, which was bad, he was really good the rest of the way. And that's really important for a guy to be able to compartmentalize a bad start to a game, get themselves back on track, and finish strong because this team has shown they can win games when they're down 2 goals.
I just think that all good goalies have that trait in them. I mean, they know that they're not going to be perfect every night. One's going to go in. And again, it's a luxury to play on a team with this. And I don't think you get as rattled when you've got Rantanen and Johnston and, we got 5, I could name off 6, 7 guys that you sit back there and go, we're good here because I know if I get my game together right now, even after he gave up the second one, we're still good because we're going to get 2 or 3 goals.
2 big games you played with, obviously, Patrick Waugh and Eddie Belfour.
Yeah.
Both had the trait of, you might have gotten 1 or 2 or 3, but you're not getting another one.
Yeah, and they were pissed off when that goal. I mean, they were visibly pissed off, and it didn't, and not at us. Well, there's times they were, and they should have been, but at themselves, you could tell. You can tell the way that they pull the puck out of the net. They can tell the way that they would fire it back up to the center dot to the faceoff, and and as players, you're like, all right, he's good, he's gonna be fine. And then there's the nights that you can sometimes you can tell, like once you know their demeanor, and then a poor goal goes in. And they don't have that same response, you're kind of thinking, it might be one of them nights for them. Because they have those nights.
Yeah, of course. Everybody does.
Yeah, no, that's right. Well, in our day, we got to get 3. You know what I mean? Yeah. We can't get 5 in our day.
Well, same as this team.
That wasn't a big thing. This team can.
Okay, with 5 minutes to go, let's talk about Montreal because they are a very young team, but they are very, very good, and they are showing some real promise, some of their big young weapons. One of the clip I had of Martin St. Louis, their head coach, he was asked about managing their team's success, and he immediately pushed back on it and said, no, that's not what I said.
I said that I managed success. To be honest, I really feel like I managed the processes that we're doing. I don't think I managed success. I think I'm really honest with the players, and whether we win or lose, how we played, And I feel so far this year, we've put ourselves in a situation to go get success. I think we've raised the percentages overall to go get success. Nothing guaranteed. That's what I manage. I don't manage success. I manage the process, and it's going to help us get success.
He's brutally honest, win or lose. That screams his old coach, John Tortorella from Tampa. But tell me, when you hear manage the process, not manage success, why is that so important to Marty St. Louis?
Well, what I heard first is win or lose, and I'm always waiting for the end of it, because in our day, win or lose, you hit the booze. And so that was always the line. Every time I hear a coach go win or lose, I never hear the booze part anymore. No, here's where Marty is. He's been the stepfather to a lot of these young players up until now. And I was the one, remember a couple of years ago, I even said that he seemed so frustrated, I felt like he was going to step away because he doesn't like to lose, and he can't take losing, and I think he can't take.
And his roster was set up to lose.
Yeah, it was. But this roster that he has now, I mean, this is an exciting team. This is an Anaheim team.
Go ahead and show the forward group, Let's take us through why this team is so exciting in your mind.
Oh, man. Well, first off, top left, Caulfield. I mean, this kid, I think he's got, 13, 14 goals now, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he's got 3 or 4
He's got 12
goals.
and 18 points.
How many overtime goals has he got? It's
0.
ridiculous.
He has 12 even strength goals.
Yeah, but no,
Hobie Baker winner.
He's ending games in overtime.
Does he?
Oh, Jesus,
I thought I saw
like
that Caulfield has the most
3 or 4 games in a row.
Maybe
he's
you're
Mr.
right.
End It. And Suzuki's probably going to make, and again, their captain. They got a big ticket there, Slavkovsky. He's coming on the scene. I think that was their first pick, 2-3 years ago. But, I mean, you go down to Demidov. I was just telling Sam before we got going, I just look at the third lines. I always kind of compare lines. Again, for the top line versus Dallas top line, it's kind of a saw-off. But when you get down to the new hook, Kapanen Demidov or whatever they're going to call him tonight, is that line has got, I believe it's 14 goals or something like that, where Dallas's third line's got 5. Yep. So, and this Demidov kid, I know I did. I don't know if you guys picked him to be the rookie of the year, but he's living up to all the hype. But they've got an exciting team. They added guys on the back end. They've got some big defensemen now. I mean, again, all of a sudden, the guy that wins did he win the Calder?
Ooh.
Hudson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he won the Calder, right? So, I mean, with Hudson there, but anyway, they've got an unbelievably exciting team that can score goals. They play fast. And then on top of that, they've got 2 goaltenders. I mean, they've got 2 really, really goaltenders there. So, they're sitting on top of, on their side. They're sitting on top there. It's been a long time coming. And, man, when you're winning in Montreal and you've got a young, exciting team that the fans are willing to grow with, and they're at this point right now, let me tell you, they're downtown. They ain't paying for nothing.
Yes,
they're not paying for nothing. Their cars are probably getting comped. I mean, it's beautiful when things are going like that.
Caulfield has 3 overtime winners this year.
I think that's what I said, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said no, he doesn't. He's got 12 even strength.
He's
goals.
also a Badger.
He is a Badger.
I think
Baker
I read
winner.
the stat wrong, because an overtime goal is even strength. It's not power play, but it's 3-on-3 instead of 5-on-5.
And I think it was 3 in a row.
That
are 2 of them more than one else.
2 in a row. He did it against Seattle and Nashville on the 14th and 16th of October, and then he scored again against the Seattle Kraken at the 28th, but that was in Seattle. So
and
he's burned the Kraken twice this year in overtime.
He's loving life right now. I've seen some videos of him after their practices, and their practices are upbeat, and they're just having a great time now.
He's built for overtime too. I watched him a lot in college because that was like COVID era ish. He can move to the inside. If he gets that shot off, he's going to beat you.
Caden Gooley's hurt right now. Patrick Laine's out for a while, but Dobson gets added to this group this year in the offseason. I can't believe the Islanders got rid of him, although they obviously really like Matthew Schaefer. We'll see him next Tuesday. But Luds, what does Dobson do when they already had Matheson and Hudson as the top 2? Now Dobson immediately adds to that group. They're clearly the top 3 in this blue line.
Yeah, they're blue line, and they've got toughness. I mean, you look at that. You almost, if you want to pronounce Jack Guy's name right, you have to go from the back to the front. I don't know if that was meant to do that, but how do you get
that is a really funny way to think of it.
I know, but I mean, how do you get Jack Guy out of it?
Was he the one they were calling Wi-Fi?
That's his nickname.
Yeah, that's
why his name is Wi-Fi, which is fantastic.
But anyway, there's their toughness, and like I said, Dobes and Montembeault, they're huge goaltenders, and they're great. I think it was Dobes the other night lost the game in overtime. And his interview, you would have thought they lost game 7.
Was that the game against the Devils?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you 2 games ago.
He lost. the game 7 in overtime. He was so disappointed, and I think he had won the previous 6 games or something. I don't know what the number was, but they're like, and the players were coming up during interviews and saying, "Dude,
Dobeš is 6-0-1 in 7 starts this year.
Well, I say for the Stars,
that was his first non-win.
They remember Montembeau.
So that's why
he dominated Dallas.
Dobeš's first game last year against the Stars, I kid you not, he had never played against Dallas, and he ended up putting up 32 saves on 33 shots.
I think they lost to Montembeau was like 2021 or 2.
Montembeau's
like
had a couple of
that whole season.
Ridiculous games against the Stars.
So that's why when you look at tonight's game, right? I mean, you look at all that firepower on that side, you look at all the firepower on Dallas when they're healthy and everything like that, and the line is like 5.5. Now I know and Casey's going, and I think Dobes is going again tonight, but it just seems to me like that game's going over. I don't know. I'm just thinking of this upbeat, fast, exciting game, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be 3 goals scored in the game.
I have a guess that the Dallas Stars are going to go down 2-0, and then they're going to start playing hockey.
Well, that's not a guess anymore. That's not a guess anymore.
Sam,
my
are you at all surprised that Casey DeSmith is starting tonight, which would presume that we'd see Jake start Saturday against the Flyers at home?
No, not really, only because I know that they are going to start putting Casey in more of these games. It's not. It doesn't have to be a back-to-back or a random team. It's going to be now pretty much 2 out of 5-ish that they want to play him, because Jake's going to start to rack those starts up really quick here.
I said that last week. I think this sets up for every other game. If they want to keep them numbers where they are,
I would love it.
And maybe a little bit of be ready at the start of the game.
Do you think
that wasn't a great
Casey's
goal?
last couple of starts, which have been so good, has helped the coaches change that, or is this the plan all along?
I think it's a combination. I think Jake has had some goals that have gone on him that aren't great.
Yep.
And then he plays great. But I think they want Jake to be dialed in right at the start, and he's a great goaltender. And sometimes I think it's a little bit of both. You know what? We didn't. We're fortunate that we were able to come back the other night. You can look at that way. But Jake, we need you to start right from the drop of the puck.
Last thing for you, Miro Heiskanen tied Roope Hintz's franchise record. I can't believe this is a franchise record. 4-game multi-assist streak.
We're keeping you awake.
So multi-assists in each of 4 games. Roope did it last year. Apparently nobody else in franchise history, Stars or no Stars, had ever done it. If Miro gets 2 or more assists tonight, he'll set a new franchise record. And do you know that only 3 active defensemen in the NHL have ever posted a 4-game multi-assist streak? Erik Karlsson, Josh Morrissey,
Cale Makar,
and Roman Josi.
Wow.
Not even Cale Makar. So we'll get ready for this one. Sean will join us for the post-game show. Hopefully by then, maybe we have gotten our focus, but we won't have. It'll be crazy. Get ready for chaos. Stars, Canadiens, and then us here on DLLS. Thanks for joining us.
I believe that they are going to crush them.
We all silly like the mayor.